are live.
We are
It's
live.
wine
Woo!
time, bitches.
It's wine time. I am your lovely host for the day, Rain Atkins, and the author of Hope, which will be coming out in a few months' time. And we have my lovely partner in writing crimes. And I say that as a pun because we sit there and gossip about the crimes that are in writing on a daily basis. Catherine Francis.
What? Hey.
What? Woo! Our fiery ginger bitch.
I'll gladly take that.
Yes. And we have coming in very, very shortly, Aphrodite, the goddess of freak. When she comes in.
Oh.
Aphrodite, are you coming in?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to stream to all of us, Rain.
We're gonna have to stream all of this. How? What?
Is it jumping from face to face for you?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
It's jumping.
Yes.
Oh, for me, I just see Rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe you're having issues. Maybe your
Yeah, I
computer's
see
having
you.
issues today.
I think when
I
you're
see
talking,
us
it jumps to you. Yeah, it's jumping. I'm on the channel.
It's jumping.
Oh, okay. Because on mine it's not. So okay, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, when you're looking at the in the Hangout, it's only going to show you.
Okay,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
You love my face, so that's okay for you. Sorry. Now, I know it's wine time, but I'm drinking coffee because I feel like crap. I have been feeling, my eyes are watery, and every now and then you might hear that I'm a bit sick. So, yay, fun. Because Catherine spread her cold, over.
It's a continental cold.
It is. So it gets through technology, so I'm blaming her.
It's Captain Trips. Everyone's gonna die.
I think you got me too. Something bronchial is going on up in here.
At least it isn't a zombie virus.
No, we don't need that.
We don't need that. No, we don't. Hang on, I don't know what's going on with my. It keeps flashing the screens, but I'm hoping everyone else is getting it. All right, first topic. I want to talk about Aphrodite's stories.
Oh my God, which ones? The
Okay,
smutty ones, I assume.
Smutty ones, yes, because that is our topic for today. Come on, tell us.
Smut.
Well, mainly the story that I have that's coming out, the big book that's coming out in April, which is so weird to me because it isn't paranormal or smut, which is what I write mainly. So, but my main, if you went through my body of work, 85% of it would be just erotica, paranormal erotica, paranormal fantasy erotica.
So a lot of like nips and lips and a whole lot of dicks.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we won't be able to talk about them after. Not yet, but
we have a list of appropriate. We have a list of appropriate words for the
doodle
do.
The diddle doos or what is it?
The doodle do. You can't say cock. You gotta say doodle do.
And
I'll say pool noodle.
No references to anything wet, moist, or damp.
Sausage and Hot Pockets.
No food references.
Roast beef sandwich.
Too close to moist. Too close to moist.
Sleeve of wizard.
I think there should have been a list in there with no magic either. There's no weapons, so you can't say sword, and there's no tool references. So he doesn't have a hammer. He has a doodle do.
So what words do you use for your 7 erotic sins? Was it? What words do you use in that one?
All of them, all the bad ones. The thing is with the 7 erotic sins, basically the main character is being put on trial for the 7 erotic sins, and I can't list what those sins are.
Like what she's on trial for having sex.
She basically, because I can't say why she ended up on trial, because that would be a big spoiler. But she's
Was she a
she's
prostitute?
basically
Was she a prostitute or a
no.
stripper? Or-
She's actually a freaking innocent. She's just basically a she's a blogger and she writes a lot of fanfic fantasy stuff.
Ooh,
so she ends up
sweet
getting
baby angel.
she gets abducted and
yeah.
That's Catherine's.
the 7 trials. So one of my favorite, and then the 7 trials also include twisted fairy tales.
Ooh.
So it's a lot of different things going on. 7 fairy tales, 7 sins. There's 7 sinners. My favorite fairy tale is the 3 bears one. There's
hot topless men on the cover.
Yeah. Say it again.
Hot topless men on the cover.
Oh yeah.
I saw
7.
that.
It's
Yeah.
7 of them.
Yeah. 7.
And she has to go through what is it? My favorite one is Thrice, I think it's chapter 4. And she ends up, the main character ends up having to deal with the 3 bears.
Oh,
yep.
Like bestiality? Or are they like shifters?
That one isn't, because they aren't actually bears. Remember, it's twisted. So they are men. But it's I will tell you guys that one. I'm going to spoil that chapter. That one is the Menage chapter. So that's the Menage sin she has to go through.
Oh.
She basically has to do with being shared by these 3 bears.
Well, hello.
By 3 of them. Wow, it's a foursome.
It's like a bukkake session.
And but the one thing I didn't want to do, I didn't want to make it where she was being used by them. I wanted them to be like she's the goddess and they're taking care of her.
Ooh.
So
okay,
yeah,
so
Miss Goldilocks is getting her thing on with these 3 beautiful bears.
Ooh,
I'm just picturing furries now.
Oh my god. The main point of it is she's thrust into these situations. She has to figure out who she is, where she is, why she's there in order to get back. And so why she's there is to have fun with these.
Let her freak flag fly.
Yeah, basically. And well, one of the sins is vanilla, which is cool. I like that one. So she has to figure out again who she is, why she's there, and what sin she's going to be committing. And that particular in vanilla, she's still kind of confused as to like, well, she doesn't know if she's doing everything right in order to pass this trial that she's being put on. So. And then what is another sin I can say? Oh, another sin is bondage and discipline. So she goes through a B&D trial. And that one is this is spoilery too. That one is Rumpelstiltskin. And hello, goodbye. Let's just say that she made a deal. She made a
I'm just like, I know it's like gonna be sexy and shit, but my mind is just taking it to like literal, like I'm thinking Rumpelstiltskin, Gollum, the 3 bears, furries.
I'm thinking of Once Upon a Time, Rumpelstiltskin.
Right.
You know that.
So along the line, don't forget that it's twisted. So it's dudes. And
like hot dudes.
So yeah, it is more along Once Upon a Time because it's a lot of dearies. And she made a deal that she kind of broke, which is how she ends up in the B&D situation.
Yep. My eye's watering, so if I'm rubbing my eye, that's why it's like going nuts again. Same thing as last week.
You just can't wait.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited.
That one comes out February the 14th. That one comes out February the 14th. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
Which I pre-ordered it. So
yay.
It's on my TBR because it actually sounds like an awesome book.
All I'm saying is,
and I like smut.
It's ridiculously smutty. It is holding nothing back. So nothing is off limits.
That's good to hear.
Now my other erotica is a lot more romantic So I like to say that if you read my books and you took the explicit sex out, you would still like the stories because they're strong stories.
Good.
But then heavy smut. Because there ain't no closing the door. You get to know what's going on and what they're doing.
Good. See, that's one thing I wanted to mention later. Was so many smut stories have a non-existent storyline. It's just, here's a whole bunch of sex. There is no story.
Right.
We don't care.
I promised myself I would not do that.
Good.
I made that was the main problem when I decided that I was going to do erotica. And the erotica stuff I do under my fake name, so my mom won't kill me. So it's under Minx Kenosha.
Yep.
Which is for my erotica. And when I decided I was going to do that, I literally made it my biggest point that, yeah, there's all the crazy titillation and what have you, but it has to have a good story. I've read so many erotic tales where, I mean, it's like page 2 and then all this dumb stuff, and it's not even good. Like the sex that is written isn't even good, but then that's all you're giving me is some sex scenes. You know, I could watch porn. I don't have to read that.
It's basically like there's smut, but there's an actual plot and storyline that's interesting. Right. It's not like a 50 Shades of Grey bullshit.
Oh my god!
I didn't say it.
Do you like that book?
No.
Okay. Good.
I mean, okay. I don't like to talk about like other authors and stuff. Like I didn't care for that book.
No, me
but
neither.
I applaud her. I really applaud her. She told the story that she wanted to tell the way she wanted to tell it. I have no issue with that. It just wasn't my jam.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm the same with Twilight. Like, yeah, there are a lot of books that do make a lot of hype that I just good applause to them for making it, but it doesn't have to be my taste.
Right, because there's even like, and just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's not good. There are plenty of books out there that I don't like. Like, you're never going to get me to like anything Stephen King does ever. Bear with me, but that doesn't mean that he's not good.
My favorite book is It.
I can't.
I hated that movie. I am terrified of clowns because of that movie.
The original one is better.
I can't. Yeah. The original one, I don't watch any of them, but the original one has Jonathan Brandis in it. And I love Jonathan Brandis, and it makes me cry that he's in the movie because I can't see him in the movie. And then he's not with us anymore.
Is that the one that played the young Bill?
I think so. I think he
committed suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really sad.
And I don't think, but I still to this day don't think he committed suicide. I think he accidentally died. But he was in deep depression. He had he was dealing with a lot of demons. And he had broken up with Tatiana Ali, and she was like the love of his life. And, he just, and I think it was a perfect storm of madness. So I know I don't know him, but that when they said he died, that really broke my heart.
Robin Williams.
Williams. Yeah.
Jeannie, you're free. Oh my God.
Robin Williams had been telling people for years that he was depressed and he was going through stuff.
Yeah.
And because he's funny, no one's paying him any attention. So when he committed suicide, it broke my heart.
Yeah. Yeah. He was beautiful.
He'd been begging for help. He had been begging for help.
Yeah.
Well, oftentimes it's always the funny people that are the ones who are actually depressed the most because they're the ones who don't want other people to feel how they're feeling.
Right.
Exactly. And that's where mental illness needs to step up its game. There needs to be a whole bunch more for mental illness to stop this shit, to stop a lot of the... I think there would be a lot less crime if there was a lot more for mental illness. If there was a lot more done.
And people need
there wasn't a negative stigma on it.
Pay attention because it wasn't like he was silent about it. People really need to pay attention to the signs as well. And he does his job. He's a comedian. He's an actor because he does serious stuff as well. But he was also very verbal about his pain and people kind of brushed over it because he was Robin Williams, the funny guy, you know. So it's just really sad.
It is because like you see all the movies that are being remade, like when they remade Jumanji, I was like, oh wow, yeah, he's gone. And then they
did that tribute to him. You know, they did that tribute.
Oh yeah, they did a good job with that.
And I was like,
they were careful not to even remotely make it similar to the first. First was kind of made me happy.
And then like the live action Aladdin and how he used to be Genie, and now I think it's Will Smith who is.
Yes,
I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, you haven't? There was a big controversy. People were like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
because when they first were gonna make Aladdin a live action, instead of casting a Indian dude for Aladdin, they wanted to whitewash him. They wanted to make his character white. Like, are you kidding me? Like, like
his name is Aladdin. Like, there are certain things you can get away with, and certain things you can't. I am a big believer in, like, there's a lot of movies and stuff and old stuff from back in the day that are being remade, and instead of making them all white cast, they're just making them diverse. And people are screaming about it because, like, oh, they're just doing this and they're just doing that. I'm like, no, take into consideration that in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, Black people and people of color couldn't be in those performances. It wasn't that. It was like, oh, this character is white. It was like, oh, all of Hollywood was white. I mean, watch an old movie, and that's just how it was. And now
Hollywood has a set of Hollywood has, this is what annoys me. Hollywood has a set of characters that they use for everything, just to put them in there. And I think it's stupid because it ruins a lot of movies, DC movies. Did I say that?
But I think people are up in arms for the wrong reason. Like, why? Oh my God, why all of a sudden is so and so Indian? Or I'm like, because back when they made the original, that he couldn't be. That's just how Hollywood was. And now it's more diverse. You're getting attached to characters and colors when the characters, the color of the character wasn't what was important. It was the story. Now there are situations where the color of the character is key.
Yep.
But that would be like changing, like if they remade The Help and they changed all the white women to black women and all the maids to white women. Like,
that would be absolutely stupid.
When it's like based into that time era.
Right.
I thought storyline should be key. Storyline should be key, and you know, they need to do it in a way that, I guess, diversifies, but in a way that's not saying, you know, that's because everybody's equal. You know, Hollywood doesn't get it. I'm hoping that they're slowly going to change, but it's just, see, Australians, look at the way we're portrayed in a lot of American films. I love this one. We believe that you fry shrimp on a Barbie, apparently. And what are the other ones that we wrestle?
You're like loose party people. I'm just thinking of all the movies that I've seen.
I'm just picturing Crocodile Dundee.
and you ride crocodiles.
And that's the stereotype.
And all you say is crikey.
Yeah, and I only say crikey if I'm imitating Steve Irwin. That's it. No one actually really says that a lot, you know, not that I know of, you know. And I think it's stupid because there is a very minimal, like, they're bringing Australians more into a lot of American movies, but at the same time, like, I read this post that a lot of Americans believe that we drink Fosters and that most of our men look like Chris Hemsworth. And I'm like, okay, I love Chris Hemsworth, but I wish they all look like Chris Hemsworth because...
Well, with the Fosters...
You mean they don't all look like Chris Hemsworth? And I was on my way over there, man.
Unfortunately.
Damn it.
I know. How much does that suck? But no, I think it's... Yeah, I think the way movies need to... When it comes to storylines are key, But when they bring the characters into it, the characters need to be believable, but they can't be stereotypical. They cannot.
You can't have
Right.
utopian characters, because this is what, like, I like diversity in film. Like, me and Rain were talking about this before. I like it, but there are some movies and even books that it's like, okay, you have your white character, you have your Latin or Spanish character, you have your black character, your Asian cyberpunk.
No, it's your mundane brown character who's
and you have like your lesbian, your gay, your trans, your bisexual, that for some reason all the bisexuals just want to fuck everyone out there. Like,
exactly.
Oh my God. On that pisses me off so much.
It does.
It pisses me off so much. It's like, you're okay. Let's say you are a heterosexual woman. You like dudes. It doesn't mean that you like every single goddamn dude on the planet. Why do people assume that if you're gay, then you like every other, like, I am a gay dude and I like all those dudes, or I'm bi and I gotta have sex with everybody.
Yeah, it's like
nobody feels like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you might get some people like that are like that are a bit greedy, but at the same time,
that could be any sexual orientation.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who just want to have fun, so go do your thing. Just be protected and do you. But like but it's just when everything is played up with stereotyping, and then you just have your stereotypical like characters. They just fill that role. Like, okay, so I can claim diversity. I'm going to have a group of 5 characters, and there's going to be the gay one. There's going to be the white girl. There's going to be the cyberpunk Asian hacker chick.
And
there's going to be the uber smart medical Indian kid. Like,
basically Captain Planet.
Yes.
Like, and then like, and I don't want anyone to think that.
As long as the white male's in charge, though, it's okay.
Exactly, the American white male it has to be. You know, unless if they want to make
American.
If they want to do a bit of a sexualization, they'll just go and stick Chris Hemsworth in it, and he can take off his shirt, and we're good.
Okay, but there's a Chris Hemsworth loophole. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I know.
I
He's
Let's just say he might be one of the sinners in my story. I'm just saying.
Is he one of the 3 bears? Is he one of the furries? Or is he Gollum?
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you who the 3 bears are. I'm
so excited to read your book. I hope you don't think I'm just like making fun of it, because I'm not. Because I actually really want
no.
Okay.
When we finish the stream, I'm going to tell you who the 3 bears are.
Yay!
All hot buff dudes. They're going to make her Thunder from Down Under.
It's not Chris. It's not Chris. I had some other stuff for Chris.
He would be vain. He would be so prideful and vain, because he just takes that shirt off and he knows he's got the shit. But does it have his American accent or Australian accent?
It has to have an Australian accent.
I want to say that I wasn't paying attention to him talking. So. But I can't even think right now, because the picture of him with no shirt just popped in my head, and so talk amongst yourselves, ladies. I'm gonna have to,
I have a moment. Screensaver. That is one of my screensavers. I think it was him on a show where he's being like, there's a water fight and he's wearing a white shirt, and he lost the water fight, and so he just stands up and he's getting sprayed with water, and you can see it all. And I'm like,
can you see his poodle?
Doodle.
I
can't even fucking say that word.
His massive doodle. His massive doodle do. Her passage dealing with the lady lump first.
See, I was in love with him when he was in this show called Home and Away, and he was, I was just, he was adorable. And then all of a sudden he left Home and Away, and I was like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. I love you. and then he became Thor, so I was like, yeah, that's cool.
He's got a mighty hammer. Not allowed. He has a doodle do.
Oh.
But
Anyway.
One of my favorite sinners is based after Colin Farrell. And but now Colin Farrell has a reputation for being who he is. So I had to pull him in a different situation where it was flipped. It was like you wouldn't expect it from him. But then one of my other sinners is Orlando Bloom, who I think is
fuck.
A sweet.
What? Yes.
I can't wait for you guys to read the book. So one of my other sinners is Orlando Bloom, and Orlando Bloom is kind of a sweet,
I'm really trying
not guy. Well, I switched them. They have their way. No F words.
No F words. Had their way.
It's strictly Hanley.
You are.
And then they kiss.
It's strictly Doodle. No, no weapon.
Rain. Poodling.
Rain, you gotta read the rules. Catherine is messing up. She don't know the rules.
She totally is. Okay. So these rules, I can't remember what they were titled, about the gentle ladies' rules to, the terms in regards to erotic literature. So we can't say moist, damp, wet.
No, she should read it in her English accent.
Yes, she can do
in
that.
Your proper English accent.
Let me try and find it.
Oh.
You
can't say
here.
B flaps. You can't say sleeve of I almost said sleeve of lizard.
You can't. I'm going to tell you a term. You can't reference it as a sword or a hammer or a tool. But
okay, wait. Here it is. I found it.
Doodle.
I'll try to read it. Okay. The 7 proper word substitutions and acceptable rules for respectable ladies on the subject of intimacy in literature. No mention of titillation resulting in things being moist, wet, or damp. Same applies to certain appendages becoming and or resembling anything considered hard, stiff, or concrete.
Damn.
Number 2, the intimately private parts of a lady, often called VJ, various C words, and the P word are referred to as her passage. Her passage.
Punani.
Number 3. I can't do it. You're making me laugh. Number 3, the word
her moist love cave.
Her moist
pocket.
No references to domiciles of any kind. Okay, wait. Don't make me laugh. I can't say these words. The word clitoris and its ghetto cousin clit will be replaced with lady lump.
My lovely lady lump.
Number 4, the male appendage, which I will not list the many incarnations it has taken on throughout literature, is to be referred to simply as the doodle-doo.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Number 5, also regarding the doodle-doo, any reference to it being a weapon, such as a sword, or a tool, such as a hammer, is to be omitted entirely.
So, can Thor use his hammer in your story?
No, you can't say
He slammed down his hammer
you have
and
to
entered
say
her lady cave.
Thor used his doodle-doo and entered her passage, bypassing her lady lump.
And entered her moist love cave.
No moist.
Her moist, wet, hot, dripping.
I can't do it. Wait a minute, it's 7 rules. You gotta wait. Number 6, the act of making love shall lose any and all crude expression and be referred to only as had their way from this moment forward.
Did they have their way to China?
She just twerked on that dick.
No twerking.
Get it?
No twerking allowed. Wait a minute, number 7. No. Number 7 covers that. Number 7, if you come across a word or situation that you are not sure of if it's proper, then consider it not to be and move on. And those are the 7 proper word substitution and acceptable rules for respectable ladies on the subject of intimacy in literature.
So no Harry Potter wands.
No one.
No
you know what? I'm gonna have to update that list to no referring to any kind of domicile like a cave.
Her goblin hole.
No magic references. No wizard sleeves or magic wands.
Her vagine hung like sleeve of wizard.
Oh my god.
His wand became absolutely erect and
no erections. No erections.
Oh wait. Pointy.
Mr. Pointy.
Crooked.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm so hot, like I really want to do that thing where like drag queens snatch off their wigs.
We should totally do that.
Oh my god.
Like I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair.
Dobie's a free elf now.
Oh my god, he was. Let me put my window up so I can get
He got a
cool
masturbation
air.
sock and became a free elf.
There's no masturbation in prim and proper ladies literature.
Oh wait, self-pleasuring.
We're living.
They just don't do it. It's not spoken.
Self-appreciation or self-love or
She appreciated her lady lump. She appreciated her lady lump.
She diddled that skittle.
So I can assure you that in encounters there are no damn lady lumps.
Oh wait, so is it gay? Is it like dude on dude, like sword fighting?
I'm not telling you any details.
Oh my god, I would love to read that. I love dude.
I can't wait for you guys to read it because Thrice, the chapter Thrice with the 3 bears. There's a lot of friendliness going on.
Hey, circle jerk.
I am a dirty old lady, okay?
How hard is your chair? Is your porridge warm?
No food.
Warm
I am running a new list.
Open up your love cave.
There's going to be a new list. There's going to be.
Yeah,
no
we're going to break the rule.
Catherine's just not allowed to talk about sexy time.
These are going to be the new rules are going to be like a little thing on the side, like, yes, we're talking to you, Catherine. Because of Catherine, now we can't have porridge because of Catherine.
And hot pockets are now ruined forever.
Hot pockets are all that gooiness. We can't enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Blame Catherine. Blame Catherine. You want to put your what where? Blame Catherine. the whole look. You'll be reading the book and everything will be like, and then beep 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 beep. She beep beep.
It's like I'm just gonna have to read this with my eyes closed.
Well, you know what I really, really want to do? I want to read the most disgusting and smutty book, like where like they don't even make it fancy. They're like, she just straight up twerked on his dick, spun around like a helicopter, flung her hair off.
You know what? That could be a project. We could write that. We could each take on a chapter.
I was thinking a lot of the erotic stories that I would actually like to see, because they're all very standard. Alpha male takes a virgin female. Done. That's most of the erotic with tales we have. I would like there to be, more diversity in this sort of stuff, because how much LGBT crap is there? And no, I don't mean that as crap as in it's crap. I just mean how many stories
There's a lot of it.
And, there is. Oh, yeah. And polyamorous.
I do have a virgin story in it, but she ain't the virgin.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see. What if it was like an experience, like ex brothel worker, and here comes little Mr. Beanpool, and he's like, I don't know, I've never touched a girl. And she's like, well,
most of the 90s.
Like, yeah, we're gonna fix that for you, brother.
What was that?
The wig comes
Euro
off.
Trip or Road Trip or something? One of those American movies, early 2000. Like
Road Trip.
Virgin Mail.
I love
Road
that.
Trip. That's the one.
Okay,
I think
I'm pretty sure inside my soul, like I'm part testosterone or something, because I love that movie. And it was like, it was so cute to me. And it was the typical 5, you know, the jock, the this, the that, the other, blah, blah, blah. But when they got to the college, and it was like they were trying to get their magna cum or whatever, they needed their letters. And they got to the college, and to be smart, it was like an all-black college. And they get there, and they're thinking that they're like, oh shit, we're in trouble. We're a bunch of white boys showing up. And they're like welcomed in because the crazy virgin kid is all dancing and everything. And he hooks up with the heavy set sister. May she rest in peace. Heavy set sister. I was like, that's like the total opposite of how this shit really goes. I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
I love it.
It was so, and then his dumb ass. Okay, then he was G after that because you know he got some.
He got turned.
Oh my god! And it was so cute because at the end, and she shows up again, and he's like, "No, this is my girl." She passed away.
She did. Oh.
And I forgot the particulars to it, but she had like a blood clot, like in her leg or something, that went to her lungs, and they couldn't save her. And she was young. Yeah. She passed away like shortly after that. Like she was young.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So. But that I love that movie. I love that movie. It's so ridiculous, but I still loved it. Another guilty pleasure that was beyond ridiculous, but it was supposed to be, was Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes,
I crack up I love every time I watch that movie.
Well, I'm like that with I'm like that with Scary Movie.
Hey, that's how I said, whoa, I joined at a weird time.
Yeah. Especially with the especially when they've just done it in the first one and you see it fly back and hit the That is the one scene I always
I love that movie.
One where like there's that basketball scene where they're like all bouncing the basketball, and then Shorty gets rolled up as a blunt and smoked by like the plant tree or the pot tree. And then there was another one with, they were eating dinner and the guy with the little hand, he's like, I'm going to show you how to dress a turkey.
Strong.
Whoa, wait.
You don't remember that?
What? No, what
that was in one of the sequels.
Yeah, I think it was.
I didn't see that.
He's like, you got to stuff the turkey, and he has his little hand, and you got to lick the little bum hole, and then like he starts licking the turkey. And that kind of what that is. He starts licking it.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it's hilarious. But like the actor who plays that character is just, he's hilarious.
This is my strong.
The part that made me laugh. Well, it was so many parts in Not Another Teen Movie that made me laugh, but the one that really like makes me want to pee.
That's like what?
What?
It makes me want to pee. Is like,
no one has ever taken a dump on your chest.
Oh my god! And the way they did that scene, they was all casual, and you're waiting for her to go, You're disgusting, and she's like, that's terrible. Yeah. No one will, and then she's like, no one will let you do. I was done. I just thought it was brilliant. And then when the part that really made me laugh, it was a casual kind of one though. It's where they like, we're gonna do a makeover on the girl, the ugly pretty girl.
Oh, they just
and they take the ponytail out of her hair, and then they slip her glasses off, and she's like,
magically pretty.
I died laughing
because that's like making fun of every single like teeny bopper movie. We're gonna give her a makeover. Just throw some lipstick on her, take her hair out, and take her glasses off, and boom, she's like a movie star.
I mean, my problem with it is stop trying to pass off a pretty girl as ugly to begin with.
Exactly.
Because she wasn't ugly when the movie started. she wasn't ugly at the end of the movie. So let's stop with that glasses and ponytail bullshit.
Like that's like in Twilight with Bella, how like in the book she's like described as she has a mouth that's too wide for her face, a nose that's too big for her face, yet every dude in the fucking school wanted to bang her out. Like,
I haven't read that book. Now I honestly wouldn't have a problem with her, people finding her attractive no matter what she looked like. But it's like with the Harry Potter books when and thank God JK actually said this, when they hired the kids for it, because when they did the movie, the kids those three main kids aren't really that cute, but the actors who played them are really cute. And JK said at first, she said, they can't really do it because they don't look like the kids in the book. But then she said, I understand how Hollywood works. And the way Hollywood works is they're not going to hire some Ugmos to play these parts. They're going to put some cute people in there. So I like, and I don't like agree with that, because it's like, I don't know. It burns me up. My characters look like regular damn people. They're not. Yeah. There are some over the top gorgeous ones, and I will admit that I am famous for my boys have to be super pretty. And my girls have to be girls, regular. You walk out the street and you'll see them. But that's only because Hollywood always does it the other way around so much. It drives me crazy.
Exactly.
It drives me crazy.
Male, beautiful, gorgeous woman. And that's one thing that annoys me on the internet. You'll find a lot of, the nerdy girls. They've got thick makeup on. They're holding a controller. They might even be holding it the wrong way, and they're wearing glasses. But you can tell that they're overly pretty, and they're like, I'm such a nerd. It's like, dude, really? No, like it's
like, no, bitch, I'm a nerd. This is what a nerd looks like.
I was that geeky girl growing up. I was that geeky girl that people used to pay me to write their essays because I'd get straight A's in English, or I'd be the teacher's pet in drama. And I was a bit geeky. I had the glasses, and somehow, like, it took me growing up to my adult years to actually develop into myself and say, no, I'm happy with who I am, and but a lot of the girls in TV, they're overly pretty and they're nerds. And it's like, but what about the girls
who are like normal? What about the fatties? Like as a fatty myself, I would like to see bigger girls, bigger dudes. Like, why can't a fat girl get with a buff dude? Why can't a fat dude get with a thin girl?
You'll like my films and stuff, because I do have bigger girls. And here's the thing. It is not about her being big either. I don't want to tell stories about the strife of the plus size chick. I don't have time for that, because I know for a fact, being a plus size gifted girl, that there are boys who like it. So I just tell my way. They're boys. They're just. I'm sorry. They just do. They do. Yeah. I have never had a problem with people, liking what I have to offer. So
the fluff.
I'm generous in many ways. So I don't want to tell a story about the poor little fat girl who's in love with the jock. I just have stories where the poor little fat girl and the jock are together, and it's not about either one of their statuses. You'll like my films, and because let me see. I'll try to send you guys some links to some of the films I made.
Yes, please.
But it's never about race or size. I just make sure I include race and size.
Exactly.
Now, but I do have a couple things where it was important, where I have a character named Christopher. You can't call him Chris. His name's Christopher. He's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, everything about him Aryan, gorgeous kid, but he has a deep complex because he was born and raised in Africa, and he got sent to the United States when he was like 8 or 9. As far as he's concerned, the United States is ugly to him. He can't find beauty in the United States. So as he got older, he still had this big kind of complex about white people and black people. He's very racist, which looks weird coming from him because he's like, white people suck, black people are better kind of thing. And then his friend is always like, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to work on you because you're white. I don't mean no harm. And so it was important that he actually be white, or the sight gag wouldn't work. But other than that, like, I don't want to tell a whole bunch. I just, it's enough out there. People who want to tell those stories, feel free. I want diversity, but I don't want to tell diverse stories about.
Like, you don't want to just feel like, oh, this is the story of a fat plus size girl who's always been the loser in life. No one's liked her. And all of a sudden she finds the jock cool kid and he just wants her. He doesn't want it like that. But instead of just having a character that happens to be overweight and a character that happens to be the stereotypical.
And I have characters who are losers, but it isn't because of their physicality. So she may be a plus size girl and she may be on the outs, but she's not on the outs because of what she looks like.
Yeah.
And that is what I just strive for.
It needs to mirror reality. And that's what a lot of people don't do. A lot of books and stories do not mirror reality. And that's where they're screwing up. Excuse me.
Right. And they're missing opportunities because they're staying with the because it's also nothing wrong with those stories in the sense. It's just that they don't need to be the mainstay. It needs to be more of everything else. Because then I could get into a story about a poor fat girl who's on the outs because she's a fat girl, as long as there were other stories that talks about popular fat girls. They make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Like they make it seem like if you are fat, then you don't count. And that's just across the board. And that's what I don't like. I don't have a problem with bullies, like she's being bullied because she has pimples, because kids do that. But kids fuck with everybody. Nothing is off the table.
I mean, you could just be like, okay, you have Payless shoes on. Okay, well now you're all of a sudden not cool because you don't have $200 to drop on a pair of ugly Nikes or Jordans.
Yeah.
Like,
now that's one thing that I went through as a kid, because my mom and my dad paid for my education. In America, you have to, if you go to private school, you have to pay for lots and lots and lots of money. So they spent their money on my education and not on my damn tennis shoes. So when you're a kid, that bothers you. I'll be the first to admit, I'm like, can I please get some Jordache jeans or some whatever the hell?
So you can feel
like the other kids, because you want that.
Yeah.
But that, parents do tend to know a little more than you do. And I thank them for my education. It's like, it's not one of those things you can see when you're a kid.
Yeah.
So,
I think it just takes maturity. And then when you grow up, you finally realize, wow, life isn't about all this materialistic bullshit that people try to front and say, look at my Jaguar, look at my Louis Vuitton shoes. I am so perfect and popular. It's like, at the end of the day, does that shit honestly truly matter? And if your friends are only with you because you have that lifestyle, you need to reevaluate your life.
Oh, you guys are gonna love encounters then, because that exactly what you said is also handled in one of the stories. But yeah, because it's okay to have those things, but those things, please don't make them important.
Yeah, they don't.
You give
me
a Jaguar, I am going to drive up and down the street just to smile and happy and picking up all the pretty boys that I can in my Jaguar. But I assure you that I will never make that Jaguar more important than humans.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Oh, and another movie that you guys should watch. I don't know how big it is, but it's a Monique movie. Do you know who she is?
Yeah.
It's called Fat Girls.
It's from Baltimore, where I'm from.
Oh, she is? She's hilarious. I love her.
Oh, I saw Fat Girl. That was a great movie.
I love that movie so much because, her character, I was all like, oh my God, I'm like that.
The only thing I didn't like about the movie, was them putting down the thin girl. I didn't like that she had, because it's nothing wrong with that girl being thin.
I mean, she had a body, she was fit, and I was just
you don't have to put somebody else down to raise yourself up.
Yeah.
Because that's just called
Because it's kind of like a reverse thing. Like, because if
it's
she
like
was
they
born
almost
fat
didn't
girl,
solve the problem because they just reversed where they put the bullying on. So to
but
speak.
I think the moral of the
but it was a great movie. I love that movie.
Well, I think the only difference is the reason why they switched it around to make it like the fat girls are hating on the skinny girls is to show that like in their culture they favored women who were plump and big over because like you remember the guy who was like,
that was funny.
You're skinny.
It was so funny when they were like, that's the one you get, and he was like that was funny because he was like,
I was like, where are all these big guy love?
Is she
like
sick? So that was that was really funny. But I wasn't talking about them so much as the girls. You know, I don't like the whole skinny bitch thing. I don't like when people do that. But the movie was great. Like I love that movie.
Yeah,
I love that
hilarious.
movie. And when she got her when she came into it, because she was still putting herself down that whole time. So when she finally realized, like, hey, wait a minute, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. That was like the coolest moment ever. Plus, I wanted those damn clothes she was designing. I was like, where are those clothes? Who actually made them damn clothes? I want those clothes.
And then when she was talking about how like, because she worked in like the plus size area, she's like, how come the plus size area, like it's like you're wearing a fucking muumuu, you're wearing like a drape, there's no style, and that's like true for like bigger girls.
True. It's so true. And what makes me mad, because clothes can be expensive, like even skinny girl clothes can be expensive, but what makes me mad with the plus size industry, if they do actually make something that's semi cute,
it's like $10
the same
more.
thing. Yeah, the same thing for somebody who is thin. The price difference is ridiculous. It's not that much more fabric.
But they claim, it's because you're using so much more fabric.
No, it's not. I know how that shit works. I mean, unless you're a zero, you're talking about somebody that's a size 0 against somebody that's a size 32. There's a big difference in how much fabric you're going to use. But the cost of the fabric, the 2 yards of fabric that you use to make that one outfit isn't so grand that you need to make that price that much different. So
like, I do that a lot where like
you could buy a bikini, which is what like barely covers anything, and they cost what, a few $100?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The clothes can be ridiculous, but everything if you find anything that's cute that you put on that isn't going to fall apart, that's plus size, it's so much more money. And they only do it because they can corner the market. They corner the market on it is why they do it, and that shouldn't be cool. I make a lot of my clothes because of that.
And women's clothes are so much more expensive than men's. I don't know if that's.
And men's clothes are better made. Their shit is always couture and tailored.
And
then girls' shirts are just like, here's a spaghetti strap shirt, and let's just throw some sparkles on it, and there you go. It's $80.
Right. That's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Threading's coming out, and you're like, oh, I gotta throw this one out. The threading's coming out. No,
like you wash it once.
That does not happen in men's clothing. That does not happen in men's clothing. Well, I took an apparel tech class for 2 years because I was determined to not to go into the fashion industry, but to be able to design clothes for gifted girls. And so I went to college to learn how to do it. And the men's stuff, the way men's clothing is made is just on point from top to bottom. They get a better quality of how stuff is constructed. Not necessarily better fabrics, because that can be, people use whatever they want, but how it's constructed is way different. You can go and get like some little $80 blouse from the Avenue, and that shit fall apart in the second wash. That does not happen in men's clothing.
Women shop more, and men. I'm not trying to throw a blanket statement, but on average, if you do statistics, a lot of men will not shop as much as women.
Right, and they don't have to because their shit don't fall apart.
Exactly.
Well, that and then the pressure on women who have to keep up with the times, like, what is the Kardashians wearing this week? Oh my God, got to go out and spend $500 on a shitty skirt because Kim Kardashian wore it. Like
keeping up with the trends.
Yeah,
keeping up with the
Joneses.
You don't, but Kim Kardashian is a multi-millionaire, so she can spend $500 on a skirt. And if you're spending $500 on a skirt, you're stupid.
Yeah,
because you can spend $30 on the same fabric and make that damn skirt.
Yeah,
if you gotta have it. Because
I hate shopping. Like I go shopping maybe once a year for new clothes for just work, and like I always go to Lane Bryant. That's pretty much it.
You know what? But I used to love Lane Bryant.
They're just so expensive.
And even beyond that, though, it's like it's just not me. Like I think I'm just a little too groovy or too punk for Lane Bryant.
Well, Torrid is good too.
I love Torrid. Oh my god, I got this badass corset from Torrid. Where is it? It's over there.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there thinking, I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
You guys don't have Torrid in it's kind of like a gothic punky store. Well, it used to be more of like I called it when I was younger the fat version of Hot Topic, because when they first opened,
that's what it is.
But now it's moving more like normal-ish clothes. I've noticed over time. It's not gothic type, because my favorite color is pretty much black. Like almost everything I own is black. I have like, if you notice in all of my videos, I wear this black shirt. I have like 6 of these.
I don't wear my favorite color. My favorite color is orange.
Really?
Yeah, just add that to the list of craziness. But yeah, my favorite color is orange. It is misunderstood. It's a very pretty color. Oreo birds are orange. They're beautiful. But I don't wear it because it doesn't look good on me. So
you got to make it look good on you. You should.
But see, if you come to my house, my apartment, like my kitchen, all my accessories and stuff are orange, and it's also a fire color, so that's where it needs to go anyway. Oh. So, and then because I for my birthday 2 years ago, I'm obsessed with Steven Universe. So for my birthday, I dressed up as a steampunk version of Rose Quartz Pink Diamond. And because I did that and I bought like the pink wig and did all this pink and all kinds of craziness and showed up half naked for my party, it was really a hit. So now everybody's like, you got to wear pink. So I wore it as a goof. And now pink is identified for everything I do. So, God damn it, I'm stuck in a fucking girly color.
Next thing you know, you'll be wearing pigtails and a schoolgirl outfit.
Girl, you've been in my closet.
Your nickname will be Cindy.
Yeah, let me close my closet door. Some of y'all been peeing in my closet. But yep. So, and even my son is like, all the kids call me Hope. So my son is like, Hope, where your pink hair? I'm like, I'm on my way to a function. You should wear the pink hair, though. I'm just saying, you need to wear the pink hair. I'm like, get out of my face. And part of me is like, it's really cute that the kids are saying it, but I'm like, I'm not being normal with you guys with the pink hair. Deal with the damn black hair. The pink ends is enough. And my daughter's like, oh my God, I love that you look like your avatar. I'm like,
I'm just trying to figure out how long we've been going for, because I don't know how long we've gone.
57 minutes.
Huh?
Can we get back to
57 minutes?
Yeah. We've been 57 minutes on live? Good. Because I'm like, we've just been talking randomly for like, it has to be over an hour.
God,
should we get back to smut?
You can't be random. What are you doing here?
The cheese doodles and hot pockets. And love moist caves.
You give me laugh with the cheese, with the food references. Oh, okay. Again, if you like sex and food, you're gonna love chapter 4.
Does it involve pizza?
It involves lots of food.
Oh.
No, but it's sweet food. Like no. It's sweet, not savory. So a lot of honey wine and peaches and cherries and stuff like that.
Ooh. Sounds very sticky.
Milk it is very sticky. It's very sticky.
Cream with a cherry on top.
It's not wet. You can't have wet. Yeah, it's lots of wet. There's a lot of water involved too.
And we can't talk about food. We can't say pop the cherry, right?
One of the first lines in the like the first couple paragraphs is he's like, she smells delicious. Can I taste her?
She smells moist.
And the other one is like, mind your manners. Like she just got here, which kind of tells her like, whoa. So you're gonna let him do? So I am getting tasted, just not right this minute. And while she's thinking that, he lets her know like, because I'm gonna be the first to partake. Okay. Ew. So I'm gonna
tasting her like it's a Kentucky Fried side piece.
Yeah. She's pretty much
good.
She's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She ain't too hot, cold. She's just right.
Probably get exhausted after that buffet. You know how you've been feeling after a big full course meal, and you're just like, I'm so full, I couldn't have another bite. What could I? I could go for dessert.
Yeah, she's all those things and more. Poor thing. She's gonna be so tired. But they take good care of her.
They're gonna work her out.
Female Viagra. She's gonna
need they take really good care of her, so they're making sure that she keeps up with her electrolytes and such.
Oh, good.
She will be fine. She'll be fine until the next trial, because she has to still go through 7 different trials.
Is this chick gonna be able to like walk after?
She does complain about that after one session, and so when she goes into her next trial, that's taken into consideration. Like,
she's just like, I'm just gonna lay here, do whatever.
Pretty much. Worship me, bitches, because I'm not participating. Do you, boo boo?
Isn't that how a lot of typical movies go? The woman just lays there in the missionary position, and the guy does whatever.
Kind of like Kim Kardashian's sex tape.
It depends on which one of the stories you're in, because she's like in the Red Riding Hood story. She's pretty.
Gets eaten by the
wolf. At any time, does she get? Because I'm big on female empowerment and women being able to be just as happily satisfied.
Let's just say she's the big baddie in those woods.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Ooh, okay. So she's like queen bitch in charge. Hopefully,
it's like
kind of.
She handles it.
Okay.
She's only actually in one situation where she doesn't. She's only in one situation where she doesn't have true control, but she actually still does have control, because like in B&D situations where I was like, you're the dominant and you're the submissive. The submissive is the one who actually has the power, because they say what can happen to them and what can't, when it stops, when it starts. And people think that the one holding the whip is the one that is you're the one doing the job.
But they're the ones who can just say like
I'm the one that say pineapple, you can't do shit else.
Yeah, like they're the one who can be like, okay, I'm done. they're safe word.
And so
papaya.
Once she realizes that
hot pocket. Cheese noodle.
I can't breathe. Where's my interview? Once she realizes that she's the one with the power, then the dynamic switches up. I'm gonna take my medicine. I'll be right back.
I think we've gone over time. I think we have gone over time.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we've gone a little bit over time.
Do you want to go for a little longer, or are you done?
I've been on streams where we were like 4 hours, because it gets so off topic. But we kind of covered smut in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. I think We're okay.
Yeah, I think we've done good.
But I like even if you have, I don't mind having a female who's a little passive as long as she doesn't end passive. Like if the end of the book she's still this mealy mouth chick, then I'm like, no. No, girl, come on, put your back into it. He's here for a reason.
Get working on that dick.
You need to work it.
I can't say dick. I have to say like cheese doodle.
Doodle.
Full doodle.
Full noodle.
Like, okay, wriggle on
Summer
the doodle
sausage.
do. Wriggle on that doodle do.
Wiggle on that doodle do?
No, wriggle. Wriggle. You can't wiggle. You gotta wriggle.
Oh.
Wriggle.
Gyrate.
Slow tremors.
Jump rope on it.
So that's this thing called the reverse cowgirl.
There's another thing called the helicopter where she just kind of woo. You've never heard of that?
Like a sit and spin.
I heard on the movie there was the washing machine. I can't remember what movie it was, but someone mentioned the washing machine.
The washing machine?
Where you just go like back and forth.
That feels like it'll hurt.
What about The Exorcist?
You are now punished.
Oh.
You have lost.
Your head spins around.
You lost speaking privileges for the next 5 minutes.
But I think we're gonna have to
go.
What?
Are we gonna have to go?
I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
We're at 65 minutes, so I'm sure that we have thoroughly frightened everyone who joined in and left. They're like, oh my God, it's 3 of them.
Yep.
It's like the weird witches of kink.
Yep. We definitely have to have you back on the show again sometime.
What we should do is when her book comes out, have her back. And then if we read it, then we can talk about it more. Yeah. If she's cool with that.
No, I like that. Cool. I'm cool, but I'm just afraid. They're gonna be like, he put his what in what, and then he did what?
He put his cheese doodle in her hot pocket and then went to Pound Town and overcooked that shit.
Punished. You're still punished.
I just need to write like some really gross erotica now.
This a friend of mine just real quick said that she didn't think that she could write erotica, and I said, yes, you can, because all you got to do is describe someone eating their favorite fruit, but don't mention that it's fruit.
Oh, yeah,
I like that.
True.
I like that.
Get into how succulent and juicy and all that stuff, and you will be able to do it.
See, I can write erotica. I just don't publish them.
See, I write erotica and just post it up on Wattpad.
This was my first.
There's a lot on Wattpad, and there's on fanfic.net, and there's Harry Potter stuff. Catherine.
Rain, remind me to send you. I got some stuff that you can read. I forgot about. You guys, I'll send it to you. This is the first thing I had published, though. The Encounters is my first one that I published. Oh my God, people gonna be like, don't drink the water in Baltimore because them bitches over there cry.
They're cray everywhere.
But yeah,
I'm down in Australia.
It's really nasty. But
like dirty nasty, like dropped it on the floor and picked it up and ate it nasty.
Like inappropriate and all kinds of situations that you're like, I'll send it to you guys. I'll just send it to you. Yeah, just it's really ridiculous. But I also promise you that the story is good. But yeah, there's some stuff going down. It started off as a fanfic, which is why it's so ridiculous. But then people were they were
to.
liking it so much that I pulled it and then started writing it as a real story. And the reason how it came about was because when 50 Shades of Grey came out, I started reading it because, again, I will always support writers. I don't care if I end up liking the story or not. But I didn't like the story, and my friends were teasing me because they know I like smut. And I'm like, we're fucking on page 100. They haven't even got to the vanilla sex yet. So no, I can't deal with this book. So because she did 50 Shades of Grey, I said, what if I do 50 Shades of Grayskull and do a He-Man fanfic? Well, and people challenged me, and I was like, you know what? I'll write that shit. But I wrote like maybe a chapter of it and then let them read it. And they were like, oh my God. And they liked it. And I said, you know what? Then I won't do it. I'll make real characters and then finish telling the tale.
See, I wanted to write like a gaggy like fanfic for 50 Shades called 50 Shades of Fucked. And it would be like a reverse thing. Like one of my characters, Cindy, in one of my other novels, it would be based on her finding the book and she's reading it and she's like, this is just so fucked up. And then in her mind, she replays the whole book where she's Anna and she makes Christian Grey her bitch. And
that would be cool. The problem, that would be cool. So do that. The problem that I have with Christian Grey was that no one took into consideration when he said he was 50 Shades of fucked up. He really was. I mean, he was sexually abused. And now he's doing the abuse and stuff. That shit ain't romance. What's going on with them? I'm like, I don't care if you tell that story. You can tell a story about somebody in an inappropriate situation or abusive situation or whatever. Just don't call it romance. Call it what the hell it is.
Exactly. Exactly.
I watched that movie. I saw it from a whole different perspective because, in all honesty, I didn't hate the movie like people hate the movie because they like the book kind of thing. I didn't hate the movie because it was like watching a damn psycho. He stalked her. He did a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And I was like, see, if you tell it and say that this is what the movie is about and not romance, you got a
TV
good story.
You got on Netflix. Story. It's same stuff pretty much, but he's a bookshop owner.
Oh, that one, You? Okay, listen.
Yeah. That's
I don't know if I explain how much of a punk I am. I watched that first episode. I cannot watch anymore.
Really? He's a creep.
It scared.
He's a creep,
dude. Because you know why? This is sad on my part. But had I met him, I'd have felt like head over heels for him because I would have thought he was cool. And this motherfucker is like beating the shit out of people in basements and shit. He literally, when he went into her apartment and she wasn't there, and he's doing all this monologue-y stuff about their life together, I was like, oh dear God in heaven.
That is
so weird because
it scared me to the core of my soul. It just scared me.
Well, like he's so messed up and he does all this sick shit. But then on the other hand, when you just see them one-on-one relationship without the creepy stalker shit, he actually treats her very nice.
That's what's scary about it, though.
Until the end. I'm not gonna ruin
it. Oh yeah. I watched it when it was on TV. Like I love the end.
That's what's scary about it. Because who wouldn't fall for how cool he was towards her? You know what I mean? And I can see me being fooled because he was, the clean cut, the good Jewish boy who works at the bookstore. I can see me having conversation. Oh, let's go have tea. And meanwhile, this motherfucker is standing across the street and jerking off because he watched me have sex. He watched me have sex with the other guy who, oh my God. It was done a little too well. Like that's what it was. Nothing wrong with it. It was great, but it scared the shit out of me.
And then Beck was a horrible person too.
Yes, and he was. Yes,
it was just as bad.
I kind of am glad of how it ended because they honestly were both terrible people and they deserved each other. But
I agree.
I'm kind of glad.
You know what was a mess. Remember when the boyfriend came in the first episode, or the ex-boyfriend, and he finally convinces her they have sex, and then when they're done, he goes, "Oh, it looks good on you, by the way," and she's like, "What?" He said, "The weight that you gained." You know, just to make sure he did that dig.
He's such an ass.
I wanted to stab him in his eye when he said that, because it was like you begged her to give up the passage. You begged her to give it up, and then you made sure that before you left, you turned that knife and threw the salt. You made sure of it. I was so mad. I was like, okay, yeah.
You need to watch the rest of that.
I can't. It was good. It was good, but it was too good for my soul. Couldn't handle it. I was just.
You want to know how it ended?
I have a pretty good idea.
How do you think it ended?
That she wasn't worthy to begin with, kind of thing. Like you find out that he built her up. And she turns out not to really be worth it, kind of thing.
She's
not
a bad person, but he ends up killing her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, how did it? He killed her because, like, he locked her in that cage.
Oh, and then I knew that cage was coming back.
Yeah. And you missed the best part because he ends up kidnapping the boyfriend. And he ends up killing the boyfriend because Joe's all like, you don't deserve her.
Right. I know he kidnapped him. I know he kidnapped her. I know he did kidnap the boyfriend.
But I mean, there was his finger. She found his finger.
Wait, the only thing I want to know. The only thing I want to know, so people still watching, we're spoiling you a little bit. The only thing I want to know is, please tell me, even if you have to lie, that he did not hurt that little boy.
Nope, he didn't.
Okay, that's all I care about.
He looks out for that little boy hardcore.
Right. They made sure. That was another creep factor to me too, because they gave him a good quality. He looks out for that little boy.
But I think
the older guy did some shit to him though.
The boyfriend?
No. When he was little, working at the bookstore with the
the old man.
Shit with him. Yeah.
I read the book, and Joe talks about how the bookshop owner would like beat him. Like he forgot to lock a cage. There was the cage downstairs, and he locked him in the cage for like 3 days. Like, I'm gonna have I have two episodes coming out on my channel. One's a book review, and then one's a book versus movie for the TV show, and like the differences. There were a lot of differences, like in the book. There was no Paco or neighbor.
But see, I don't. The people do. I don't dislike that, because, like, my book, for every book that I have written, I also have a screenplay that I wrote, because I have to be extra. And my screenplays are different from my books, because movies and books are different. And there are things I can do on screen that I can't do in a book. So, and there's things in a book that I don't want to do. Like, I have scenes in the script that aren't in the book, but it's not so much that they're not in the book, but you just don't see them. Like, for instance, I'll have a scene where one of the side character goes out on a date. So you know she went out on a date. Well, in the script, you see the date. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't mind when books and movies are different. I actually like it, because they're two different mediums.
Yeah, like I didn't mind it, because I did like Paco and his character, but
he's gonna grow up
so fucked up. Like, that poor kid, because his mom's a fucking junkie, and
no matter what was going on with him, with his mom, either she was being beat up, he had to hear that, or the dude is screwing her out of her mind, and he had to hear that. You know, he didn't have any saving place, so that was just sad.
Be like a future Joe.
Yeah, that's
or seeing all the like fighting and the abuse in his house, he's gonna grow up thinking that's normal behavior.
Or end up in a situation where someone abuses him, because he doesn't understand that that's not okay.
Yeah, which is really sad.
I want to. We need to sort of wrap it up. But before we do,
78 minutes.
It's currently just January 12th, 2019. Which I just got an article. Apparently, it's Kiss a Ginger Day.
What?
It's not January. Oh, it's January 12th in Australia.
Oh, it is?
I forgot. It's still the 11th.
Yep.
It's still the 11th where I am.
Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what it says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that, and I'm like, it's better than Kick a Ginger Day. Did you hear about that?
No.
There's actually a day dedicated to Kick a Ginger. And I'm like, someone kicks me, they're getting punched right in the dick.
Oh wow. My son who now has brown hair, he had red hair all his life. I wish somebody would kick him. They will regret it. He's 6'7", okay? Go kick him if you want to.
They'll get kicked like into a wall.
I think they're like, dude, you're a ginger, and they're looking like, look at the Irish man, good for you. So no, that I never heard that. But he doesn't have red hair anymore. He grew out of it.
Oh.
Yeah, www.redheaddays.nl, whatever it is. It says Kick a Ginger Day, January 12th, 2019, which because I'm in the future. Mwah.
Thank you. Oh, my little ginger heart is full.
Oh, one of my characters is a redhead. Not one of my characters. The main character is a redhead in one of the scenes, one of the trials.
Hey, Ginger's representing. What?
Oh yeah, I've got a ginger in my story, Hannah.
I think this is the first one that I've had. I'm gonna have to fix that.
You should write a book where the whole cast is ginger. They're just different races. They're all just.
But they have no souls. I can't have a soulless book.
Well, you totally could. I mean, there's enough paranormals. No, I was saying, isn't the people with the ginger genetics? It's a minority. It's like a
minority.
Like I think we're 2% of the population, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I found out that shocked the shit out of me? I found out because I thought like looking at eye color and shit like that green eyes is like the rarest color. Not the rarest, but like we have brown, blue, and green. Brown, blue, and green. But of those three, green is the rarest one. I thought blue was.
No.
And what's funny is in every single book, all the characters' eyes are always green. Hazel, green, jade.
Emerald.
I
have an emerald colored and a mint colored thing. I have a boy with gray eyes, but they're two different shades of gray. See what I did there?
Ooh.
And then, but most of my characters are brown eyed, and I did that on purpose as well because they never make it where brown eyes are pretty, and so I make sure that they're always talking about her caramel or her chocolate or her brown eyes.
See, I always have characters with either blue eyes or deep brown eyes because I like really dark brown eyes, like big.
I love brown eyes, but I like green-eyed boys. I like green-eyed boys a lot. My son's father is he has green eyes. My son's father has green eyes. I love green-eyed boys for whatever reason. When I see green eyes, you pretty much can talk me into some dumb shit. But that really shocked me to find that out. I was like, really? Because I would have told you it was blue in a heartbeat. I'd have lost that bet.
Yeah.
So and a lot of redheads do have green hair. So imagine that. I mean, a lot of redheads have green eyes. So that's really even more minority.
I have blue eyes and red hair, and my friend actually told me she saw in a article that red hair, blue eyes is actually the rarest.
Yeah,
kind of red hair.
It doesn't seem like that happens often. Yeah.
I see mostly red hair, brown eyes. Like I never really see.
Yeah. But most of the pictures, when I see book covers, the redhead always has green eyes.
Yep. Fucking green.
And I'm like, that's something else I'm never gonna do. I'm not gonna do that.
See, I'd have like a red hair, blue-eyed character, like an MC, but then everyone would be like, that's a self-insert character, so I'm kind of screwed on that front.
Well, you know what? But then what you do is you tell everybody to suck your doodle-doo, because you can insert however the fuck you want to tell your story.
I do.
Like I have people who get on me all the time about my pretty boys, And it's like, well, you always have your pretty boys in your stories. I'm like, and you can write your book and then make all your boys ugly. Because that's how you can do. And I can do what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say, you can't insert yourself. I am in every book I write. I don't tell stories about me. I tell stories, make up fantasy, sex on the hanging from the trees with Brad Pitt stories, which I ain't ever done. But I insert me. And I don't care how anybody feels about that.
We are God. As an author, we look at ourselves as God. We build that world. We build the characters. If we want to sort of put ourselves into the body of a character, bloody hell, go for it. It's our world, not theirs.
Right. And it's not like I don't understand why people have a big problem with telling writers what to do all the time.
Like, and I can understand.
Like, don't tell me that I can't do something. You can say that you don't like it, but you can't say I can't do it. Exactly. Because then I'm like, I'll make every character a version of me. Who are you?
Like, I'm all for readers like ripping books apart, like saying, okay, I didn't like this, and this, and that, because I do that, and I don't mind people doing that to my work, but I don't really pick on people who like have like, okay, well, if you have brown hair, brown eyes, and your main character has brown hair, brown eyes, I'm not going to be like, self-insert, oh my God, how dare you do that?
Right. And I don't even do this. My whole thing with other people's stuff is if I don't like it, then I'll move on. And I have this whole thing with where, growing up, my mom and my dad, you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything. And I really do try to live by that. Of course, I still have my opinion on stuff, but I don't go out of my way to make like 27 videos talking about a book that I hated. Like there was this, what is the show? I'm just gonna say Gotham because I can't remember. Yeah, it was Gotham. Okay, so when Gotham first came out, these two guys started a channel, and the sole purpose of the channel was to bash Gotham. So they watched an episode.
Gotham as in the
TV show. Yeah, they watch the episode, and then they go on the channel, and then they spend another half hour on the channel putting down the episode that they just watched.
See, I don't mind that stuff.
And I told them, I know a lot of people like it, which was like why that kind of stuff is popular. But I was like, you do realize that you're spending all of your time watching something that you hate, and then spending more time talking about how much you hate it when you could just not watch it.
I think there's a part of them that do kind of like it.
But I think, and I don't remember exactly how I said it, but I really think I hurt the guy's feelings, because I swear I was like, because at first I thought, well, maybe they just don't like that episode. You know how you get kind of drawn in, but then I'm like, they literally are like, and how dare they do this, that, and the third, and the Riddler, Enigma. I'm like,
oh, you know what it could be?
You guys absolutely are crazy.
Well, if they're obsessed with the whole like Batman shit, like I don't watch that stuff, but if they're obsessed with and then they watch Gotham, they could be like, oh, they made this into a bastard TV show. They've changed everything, type of thing. So it's
but that's what I'm saying. But the point of it is that they literally started that channel to bash the show every episode. They come back after the episode and then bash, and then they come back. And I'm like, you put all this energy into some shit you don't even like. I am sorry. If I hated the show as much as they protest, I wouldn't watch it. I would go, oh my God, I watched Gotham, and it wasn't for me. And that would be what you got out of me. Now I might sit with my girlfriends and we're all talking like, oh my God, they ruined Batman for me. But you wouldn't see a series on YouTube about me watching it and bashing it. That's what I don't understand.
And trolling. It's about not like it was the same with.
They took the channel down, though. I think I really did hurt their feelings. I'm like, dude, I mean, you literally could be writing your own version of what you do like instead.
Yeah.
Because the people who write Gotham wrote what they liked, and then they put it on the TV. So you can write what you like and read it. and not give your energy, not lend your energy to something you hate. You hate
because
it.
it causes viral trolling, and that's not cool. Trolling is not cool.
Right. Well,
there's ways to do it.
They completely took the channel down, everything.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna have
to. I was not trying to hurt their feelings. I really wasn't. I was just pointing out.
You chased them off of YouTube.
But I wasn't, and that hurts my feelings because I really wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to point out that you're wasting all your energy on this. But I wasn't trying to be like, you're stupid, because I didn't say that anyway. But I guess they were like,
I think what's worse,
they might have been
what's
like, well,
worse
damn, she's right.
That like it. What's worse is that there are people that like it. You know, it's that those people that get drawn into that, I guess, the drama and the conflict, because it's like a drug to them. They need that high of toxic abuse. It's
right. And they didn't have any. Yeah, you're right. And they didn't have points on there that weren't valid. It was just the malicious nature of it. Yeah. It was absolutely it's like malicious.
So they wouldn't be like, okay, this episode I don't like what they did here. It would just be like petty, stupid shit.
It was It was. They would say
okay.
Like,
so that I cannot stand behind. But if they're like, okay, I didn't like how they did this.
But they cannot. Yeah, because it's like you cannot like something. It's plenty of shit I don't like. But they were like I'm just gonna make this up. They're like, Batman would never put his coat on left arm first. What were they thinking? So they were doing petty shit, and then they were putting down people. Like, I really hate that. I really hate that. Again, like, you have E.L. James, and I don't like her book, and I will applaud her for every book she fucking writes, though, because she's telling the story she wants to tell the way she wants to tell. Right, 80 more of them, EL.
Like, if I were to make like a bunch of like rant videos about 50 Shades, I would at least say, give her props of this is what you did right, but I still do not enjoy the story, type of thing.
Right, I don't enjoy the story either, but I just wouldn't make a video about it. But yeah, I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they didn't have the right to their opinion, because they absolutely do. I just didn't understand the energy for a whole damn season of what all that shit that they did. Like, that wasn't necessary. You figured out on the first couple episodes you didn't like it. Why are you still watching it then?
True.
We're really gonna have to cut this.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's 91 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're naughty.
We'll get like a timer next time.
Yeah, like a timer that goes for an hour.
Like 20 minutes ago, she said she had to go. I'm so sorry.
Or we could just like, I don't know. I don't have anything else to do, but whatever.
Yeah, because I can't wait to take the hair off.
Yeah, but I've just got
other stuff. Yeah, you got your life.
Yeah, it's like daytime for you, right? You're in the middle of the day.
It is.
It's almost 11 o'clock p.m. here for me.
Yeah, it's almost 8 here. Okay, so how are we gonna close off? Okay, how about this? Aphrodite, where can people find you?
Twitter and Facebook. I have a Patreon, and you can find me on Amazon under, my book under Minx Kenosha. Because my other books will come out with my real name, but Minx Kenosha is my smut. And of course, YouTube. You can find me on YouTube.
Which everyone should check out her channel, because I love her content. She is funny.
Yes,
she is.
And you are nice. You are a nice person.
Thank you. I try to be nice. I know I'm crazy, but I do try to be nice.
All right, I'm clicking the button now.
Oh wait.
Oh, ready? Not yet. I haven't clicked it yet.
We have to say our sign off too.
Yeah.
I am Catherine Francis. I'm creator of Year of the Author. You can find me in the description below. I do book reviews and writing advice videos. We need to really plan and script this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn, Rain.
I'm Rain Atkins, as you know, because you're on my channel. And I will have a book out in a few months, hope. Otherwise, I'm on Wattpad and Twitter. And yeah, I think that's
I
it.
forgot that. Yeah, you can find my book, Breaking Eden, on Wattpad. I totally forgot that.
You did. And it's what, 70,000 views?
Next time I would like to talk about Wattpad because I'm not really familiar with it.
Okay, yeah. Next episode we'll have to talk about Wattpad and that shithole it's becoming.
Yeah, but we'll have Aphrodite back on when we have her book released because we'll do a live review on. Oh my God, I've just
when
had
it
a blank.
comes out. February 14th, right?
Valentine's Day. Yep.
And the day after, I'll have the print copy available as well, but it'll just be the ebook on Valentine's Day.
And then you're gonna have an actual physical book. Maybe I'll buy a physical book too.
And I'm gonna have an audio book too, because a lot of people who were hitting me up were saying, "Please, can I get the audio book?" I'm like, okay.
Wait, what? Audio smut? Ooh.
The person who I have to do it, you guys are gonna melt.
Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a girl, but I mean, she reads
stuff real good. Is it really extra smutty, like porn star smutty?
Does she have
She has the best voice ever, and then the way she reads with so much cadence, and you're gonna be like, oh God, you're gonna die.
I'm excited.
So that'll be available on Amazon?
Yeah, it's going to be on
we'll
Audible.
have to put links in the description below.
But it's not recorded yet, so it'll be after February when it gets done.
Okay.
Because it takes a while. Working with Audible with my vision issues, it's hard for me to see everything that I have to do. But it's in the works. Let's stop talking.
We'll stop talking. All right, signing off.
Okay. Bye.
How do I?
I think there's just the hang up. Oh.
Do you see it?
Yeah, me and you are on now. Oh, wait, is she gone? I guess it's just me and you.
I think she hung herself up.
So do we hang up then?
No. There's a thing to log off.
Wait, she just texted, I did it wrong.
We're still here. There's a thing. Oh, and she can't, you can't get back?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, I hope she can get back.
Oh, she's calling.
Are you back? Okay, you're back.
No, she's in the group.
Oh, no. It
still says we're live. How is that possible?
Okay, so what we can do, we'll just hang up. Yeah, if we leave it, then maybe it'll work. Okay. Because on her screen, she probably clicked the telephone by mistake.
Oh, see, that's what I was gonna click too. So
we that's the only option we have, but she has a different one where she can stop being live. She clicked the wrong one.
Okay, so
all right,
in the chat.
So bye. Yeah, I think that's what you did. All right, we'll see. We'll see if it works.
Okay, see ya.